Oh, hi everybody, Patty in here. Hang on. So today, hang on just a sec, I'm sorry. Today I'm going to show you something that's a little bit maybe new to you. If you look down here, I'm going to show you how to go and find a couple of images on that free site that I had mentioned last week. Excuse this for being all wrinkly. It's a shirt I had made for a friend and it's actually a little too big. But anyway, I'm going to show you how to find images like this on that free site that I had shown you about last week. Even if we're selling the stuff, we can use these things for free. And I'm going to show you how to layer. Now this is 3 different colors. The little dog, you probably can't tell well, he's Phlox and he's gray. And then the EKG is black. And of course this is kind of a reddish color. But I'm going to show you how to find the images, how to take them into Design Space and manipulate them if you need to, and then how to layer these pieces using vinyl. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to use my iron or if I'll use my heat press. We'll see. Anyway, join me down here and let's get started. Okay, the first thing you'll notice that I did was I went to pixabay.com and then I typed in up here by the search function area EKG. And then I just started scrolling around, and I could change this to images, to illustrations if I want to. And then I can just scroll down here and I'll see lots of them. Like I could just do this love one if I wanted to. Or here's the kitty cat that we had done. I was thinking that I could use this one right here, but in order to put the little fellow or whatever in the center here, I'd have to add a couple of these together. And those little dots, they're not really problematic. It'd be easy to get rid of them, but if I don't have to, I might as well not. So what I decided to use was just this one that's the dancer, to show you how we can get rid of the dancer if we want to, or you could use the dancer if you'd like. So I just clicked on her and went over here to free download, and I just made her the largest image that I could, this large PNG image, and I said download. Now when I say save this, it's going to say that I've already got it because I've done this once before. Okay. Oh, well, save. Yeah, I want to replace it. All right. Then the other thing that I can do is next I can go look for maybe a puppy to put in the center. A puppy, and maybe I want to put silhouette. Whoopsie. See if anything comes up. Ah, yes. Okay, let's see. Here's some dog silhouettes. And look at all these different kinds that you could choose from. You might be able to find your specific dog in there. The little paw prints would be cute. Oh, that's adorable. Well, you know, I could look at these things forever and ever. And you're probably like, come on, Patty Ann, get you something. I'm tempted to do this just because I think it's adorable. Let's see. I know, pick something, right? I hear ya. Okay, let's see. I will pick eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'll pick this guy right here. I'm going to try to pick that guy. Okay, so what I'm going to get originally are all these fellas, but this is the one I'm going to use ultimately, I think. So I'm going to do the free download, the largest one I can get, and this. And it's going to save on my desktop. And I think I better name this something I can find. So I'm just going to name it Puppy. And I'll leave all those numbers there. Save. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to open Cricut Design Space. So meet me back here in just a jiffy. Okay, I've already uploaded the dancer EKG, and that one was easy because it was a transparent background, and I knew it was a transparent background because the checkerboard was showing behind it. This one, however, is a little bit different. Notice that there's not a checkerboard background between these little puppies. So I'm just going to click Complex just because I can and click Continue. And then the next thing I need to do to get rid of this background is to grab this Select and Erase tool and then just click over here. And you see how that automatically made it all a transparent background. And that's exactly what I wanted. So now I can just go to Continue. And I'm not going to save this as a print and cut because I don't want to print them first. I'm just going to save it as a cut file and say save. Okay, so here's the EKG with the dancer, and here are the puppies. So I'm going to select both of them and say insert image. Okay, there they both are. Let's see, which one of these puppies did I want? Well, first let me hide the dancer by going over here and clicking the eyeball. And I kind of think, who do I like? Kind of like that guy. But that guy's really cute too. I think I'm going to use this guy actually. So the way I'm going to use him is I'm going to just go over here and to shapes, and I'm going to get the shape tool, and let's see how many dogs are there. I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3, 4. So I might want to do 4 boxes, but 3 might be enough. So I'm just going to duplicate that 4 times just in case, and I'm going to get rid of these little puppies. So let's see, I think I'll get rid of this guy down here first. And actually, I can get rid of quite a bit with 1 box. Okay, I'll get rid of all of that. So I'm going to click that and click the dog behind. So now I'm able to slice. So I'm going to get rid of all of this. I'm going to get rid of all of that, and so there. All right, now I'm going to take, whoopsie, the box behind. And I'm going to bring this to the front, move to the front. Okay, then I'm just going to go over here. Whoa, don't want to get rid of any of that puppy up there, the one I want. So I'll make sure I leave his tail okay. And what I can do now is I can unlock this lock here. And many of you already know this, but this is just in case there's some newbies out there that aren't sure how to do this. I'm stretching the box, and I've stretched it a little too far because I have gone over top of my little puppy. I don't want to. All right, so now once again I'm going to make sure that the box is highlighted. Then I'm going to hold down my shift key and grab on the stuff behind it, and then I can slice. Okay, so once again I'm going to click and get delete, click, delete, click, and delete. So almost everything is gone except for that little tiny bit by my doggy. So I'll just do that, hold down my shift key, click that, slice, get rid of this, and get rid of this, and and not him, and get rid of that. All right, and we don't need this last box. Okay, so we have the puppy, and now we can unhide the EKG. Okay, so he'd kind of fit cute right in there, wouldn't he? He's going to be cute. All right, so we need to get rid of the ballerina though. If you want her, fine, you can keep her. But if you want to get rid of her, here's how. Let's hide the dog. And let's come over here and once again go to the shape tool and get a square. And I am going to unlock this because I'm going to adjust how I get rid of things here, because I don't want to get rid of too many of these little things here. The little jaggedy edge or the little Humpty Dump. So, and I can make it taller though, like that. All right, so I'm going to click the box, hold down my shift key, click the EKG, come down here and slice. And I'm going to get rid of a lot of her, but not all of her yet. Okay, see there are a couple more things left. So I've got to come over here to the shape tool again and get another box. And I don't think that I can get this all in one swoop, because I'm afraid I'll get something maybe I can. Aha. Looks like I can. Okay, so I'll click the box to select it, shift, click the EKG, come down here to slice. And now I can get rid of all of this. Okay, so now we're ready to go. So let's get my doggy back. And let's say, now these things don't have to be touching. If they want to be touching, you could move them, but I'm not going to. I kind of like it just, let's see. I want that down there. And I like it up like that with his little feet hanging down a little lower. All right. And you know, let's pretend like this little dog has a name, and for some reason he looks like a Toby to me. So let's see, where should I write Toby? If I have him down like that, Toby might be best up here. But if I move this like that, I don't know. I really like that. That's really cute. All right, anyway, I'll come over here to the text tool, and I'm going to write in Toby. Like I said, he's just he's nobody I know. And I want it to be a cut file. So, and I don't know, Cricut Sans is okay. You could leave it as that. Or you could change it to any of these others that you might like. Could put it right like that. That looks kind of cute. All right, so let's say that I want Toby to be red like I had done on my shirt. And maybe I want him to be gray. And then the EKG part to be black, just as I had done on my shirt. And so what I will do now, well, wait a minute, I've got to do one thing. I thought maybe I just had to attach these guys together so they stay in order. There we go. So now I'm going to go to Make It. And at least one of your images is larger. Oh, I didn't realize I made it that big. Let's go back. Heavens to Murgatroyd. That's right from the beginning. This right here, I don't want it to be any larger than about 9 inches. I took just a measuring thing and I measured mine, and it's about 9 inches. So I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to make it so that it is not wider than 9 inches, which will make Toby smaller and will make my text smaller, but it will all be proportionate then. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to go to Make It. And it's going to make these things individually, just like this. And so I'm going to go Continue. Okay, I have my machine turned on, and it says to select my device. Now here's the thing. Don't forget you're doing iron on vinyl. So you want to put your machine setting onto iron on vinyl. Notice mine says that up here. And then it also says make sure to mirror is turned on and the materials placed shiny side down. If I don't have mirror turned on, my name Toby will be upside down or wrong, as if you were looking in a mirror. So I am going to go, let's see. I'm just going to turn mirror on. And I'm going to turn it on individually for each one. And watch what it's going to do when I do it to Toby. Edit. See how Toby, you can see it properly right now. When I turn mirror on, it's going to be backwards, but that's exactly what I want. Okay, so I'm ready to cut these out. I'll cut them out and I'll be right back with you, and then I'll show you how I layer them. Okay, one of the first things I wanted to show you after I cut this was that this is really, really thin, and I wasn't paying attention when I was making this. So I might want to do this over, and I'll show you in just a second on a piece of white. You can see how thin that is. But let's check and see how our little puppy will look on that. So here he is here. And remember again, I put shiny side down on my mat. And you got, with this flocks, you have to have a pretty sticky mat. I thought I had my stickiest one. I even cleaned it, but it still was having a bit of trouble sticking. Okay, I'm taking off the dog, and I shouldn't be doing that. I should be weeding around him. You leave your image on the carrier sheet, it's called. Okay. Sometimes it's not too good when you talk and work at the same time. This stuff is really easy to weed. Notice I'm able to do it just with my hands. Okay, so there's the dog. So let's see, he would look cute right in there. How would he look on the shirt? Can't really see. And then the word Toby. Let's see, I'm going to cut some of this off first so as not to waste so much. So again, what I'll do is I'll weed away the parts that I don't want. So if I do it gently. Now inside of those letters there's some parts left. You can use a pin. I like to use this pen weeding tool. And I actually got this from Troy Tube. See how nice that picks that piece right out of there? But maybe a pin would work just as easily. It's just nice to have this big thing to hold on to. So then Toby would be right here. I could put it on his legs. It doesn't quite fit as nicely as I had hoped. Maybe I need to put him in a different spot. Oh yeah, I think I had him hanging down over here more. Like that. And this one there. I could put it over there. Toby. Okay, so I guess I'm okay with how thin this is. I'm going to now heat up my heat press and show you how that works. So join me over there. Okay, the first thing I wanted to show you is I start out with this Sizer or Caesar, that's called, app on my iPhone, and I go to HTV instructions, and then I specifically go to the one called Flock. It's called StripFlock. And it says for me to preheat my shirt for 2 to 3 seconds, which is what I'll do. And it says to preheat the temperature on my machine to 320, which is what I'm doing. And then the time it says is 15 to 20 seconds. Okay, but you won't do that right away because I have 3 different parts. And by the way, I'm just going to use a gray t-shirt. I like to get a shirt at the Goodwill just to test things on. And I'm going to test it on this gray, and the little gray dog wouldn't show up, so I redid Toby out of black, and I haven't weeded him yet, so I'll weed him real quick right here. So again, I'm taking away the part that I don't need, weeding it away. It's the only kind of weeding I like. I hate outside weeding. Anyway, so now I have Toby, I have the text that says Toby, and I have my EKG. I also have my t-shirt. Now, let me move these out of the way so I don't drop them. And to do a t-shirt, I do recommend that you use one of these pads that you can buy online. I can have a link to it down below the video. Anyway, you might be able to make something, or like I said before, I've heard that using a mouse pad works also. What this helps is it makes it so that the line doesn't show up where your machine was or where your heat press was pressing down. So the first thing I like to do is just kind of fold my t-shirt in half to get an idea of where the middle is and just kind of lightly press it. And then a lot of times I'll put this little pad inside of the shirt, but it's a little cumbersome right now since I'm just here in front of the camera. So I'm just going to kind of line it up in the center. Okay, I'll put this on here in the center like that. And let me move you down just a little bit. There you go. And so now let's see, this is preheated, I believe. Yes, it is. And I have a time of 15 seconds on this, but I'm not going to do 15 seconds the first time. Okay, remember first of all what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to preheat the shirt. After I preheat the shirt, I think the next layer I will put on will be the EKG, and then I'll do my little doggy Toby, and lastly I'll put this on. So in order to do 3 pieces, you don't want to do each piece for the total of 15 or 20 seconds because that would be too much. So first let me just preheat this. I might have a little bit too much pressure. That's good. And then I can just swirl this out of the way like that and pull this out some if I need to. And as I said, the first thing I'm going to do is put on the EKG. So I'm going to kind of center that like that. Okay, and then I'll bring this back over here, and I'm just going to push this back in and tack this down enough so that it will adhere. Maybe about 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be enough, I hope. Move this out of the way. And this flock is a cold. You're supposed to take it off cold, I can't think of the word, cold peel. Okay, so I need to let this cool down for a few moments before I try to peel this off. Okay, it seems like it's working even though it's not cold. So I'm just going to peel this off here carefully. Very carefully since it isn't cold. Okay, so you can see that that has worked. That's the first part. Now this would not stay on here forever. If I were to wash this right now, it would come right off. So the second thing I said I was going to do is put my little dog. Okay, so let's see. So this is the carrier sheet, this plastic piece. Down here on the other side is where the vinyl is that's going to stick. Okay, so the carrier sheet part's going to be up, and I'm going to position this somewhere like I like it. And I actually can take my word Toby right now and see where I think I might like that to be as well. But I'm going to put them on one at a time. If I move that over. Okay, if I move him over that far, Toby will fit right there. So I think I'll do it just like that. I hope you could see it well enough. So now once again, I'm going to bring this over. It's still preheated at the 320. Push this back in if I've pulled it out, and do this again for about 4 seconds. So chimpanzee 1, chimpanzee 2, chimpanzee 3, and chimpanzee 4. Again, I'm just setting it on there so that I can be ready for the final thing. Now my final one I'll do, oh, I forgot to do something else that I usually do, y'all. My final one I'll do for the full 20 seconds. Usually what I use is, I have this piece of Teflon that just came from a quilting shop. And I should have done that on top of this one to protect it, but luckily nothing has happened. I usually, in between, as I do each layer, I put this on top first. And whether you're using a heat press or an iron, you can use this piece. You can get it, like I said, at a quilt shop. I'll show you the packaging that it came in. So this guy should be about ready to be peeled. And there he is, little Toby. He's so cute. Okay, where did I put the Toby words? There they are. Okay, lastly is this. And definitely, since I'm going to do this the full 20 seconds, I am definitely going to put this cover on it. So, we put this Teflon cover on. And I think I'll just do it for the 15 seconds. Now notice, on this particular machine, there is a timer here that I've set to 15 seconds. You can set it to different times. See, I can change it 16, 17, 18. I'm just going to leave it at 15, no, maybe 16. And once I start this, Okay, and then I press the button and it starts counting down for me, and it'll make a noise when it's done. Now I know it's done. Hit the button again. This sticks to the top, and that's okay. No big deal. Just pull that right off. And this time, since I did it for so long, I'm definitely going to let this be a cool press. So, I mean a cool peel. So I'm letting it cool. It's really cute. Right now it's very hot. And while you're waiting for that to cool, I'll show you the packaging that Teflon piece comes in. Okay, mine was just called the Applique Pressing Sheet, and it's 13 inches by 17, a non-stick fabric sheet, and it works perfectly for this purpose. Okay, this should be pretty well cool. It's just a tiny bit still warm. Let me do this to cool it off a little bit more, and I should be able to take this off now. And there it is, cute as can be. So thanks a lot for joining me. I'll have information below where you can get this heat press if you're interested in it, or the Teflon sheet or anything else if you want to look them up. Thanks for joining me, as I said, and subscribe if you like my videos, and give me a thumbs up. Please give me questions because those keep me motivated. Thanks, y'all. Bye. Okay, as I was watching this back and getting ready to upload it, I realized I had you do the long way of getting rid of all the dogs we don't want. There's a much quicker way. So I just imported all of these dogs, and then look over here. If I just go to the contour button and click on that, I can hide each one of these dogs just with a click. And so all I'm left with is my little fella that I want. So, forgot to tell you that part. Sorry.